Bring the whole family, take free classes, buy hard-to-find items, and get coupons and samples of hundreds of delicious gluten-free products. Get your tickets online at gfexpo.com. That's gfexpo.com or at the door. Mention radio for $5 off each ticket. The Gluten-Free Expo at Dallas Market Hall on October 27th and 28th. Don't forget to mention radio for $5 off each ticket. See you there.
What if you could prepare, predict, and prevent when you struggle as an athlete? What if I gave you a clear roadmap as to what your issues could be, whether that's anxiety, lack of confidence, motivation, focus, relationship issues, depression, and even addiction? Well, that's what I do. It's a simple yet unique process to help you understand and improve what we call the intangibles, or the mental side of sports. And once we know, then we go to work improving your mental and life skills so you achieve consistent high performance. Hey, let's face it, you invest a lot of time and money on the physical side of sports. The mental side is just, if not more important. I'm Kip Watson, sports psychology professional. Visit my website at braincodecorp.com. That's braincodecorp.com.
If you're not the one for me, then I'll come, I can bring you to your knees.
Welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray. I have Kip Watson in studio with me, Carol and Kevin Johnson Turner, or Turner Johnson. It's Kevin Johnson and Carol Turner Johnson, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, well, it's great to have you all in studio. It really is. Today we're talking with Kip Watson about how high achievers decrease stress. So Kip Watson, if you're just now joining us, haven't heard her before, she is a licensed professional counselor, supervisor, and sports psychology professional with 2 master's degrees, nearly 20 years of experience with athletes, coaches, families, and corporate teams. She is a certified high-performance coach and a former professional athlete and mom of 2 teenagers. You can find her on Twitter at KipFit. Okay, Kip. A common stress is a lack of time. We rush everywhere. I was like a mad woman this morning, but boy, did I get a lot done.
Right.
How do we change this phenomena?
Well,
Can't we create more time?
No.
Can't buy it.
No. Although I've been talking to God about that because I kind of need some more. But that's not going to change. So we have to change how proactive we are with our day, every single day. We can't just be reactors. And one small example I always share, especially, with a lot of my executives, is you've got to teach people how to interact with you. For example, I have 2 set times. You should have set times where you're doing email and callbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right? Whether
absolutely.
I do it in the morning and then I do it last thing, before I leave the office. But in between,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going to be interacting with you, right? So if you need something,
Well, those are during and it makes sense because in the middle of the day are your most productive
Well,
hours,
for me.
typically, for
Now-
most people.
now I know there's people that are in a service industry where that's basically their job is, responding to things. But it's like whatever it is that you're doing, you've got to teach people your availability. Mm-hmm. You don't just
You
react
got to
to
train them like a
theirs.
dog.
Yeah, kind of. And that's, it's part of a high performance habit of productivity. And it's about being proactive about what you want. And sometimes that's as simple as who do I need to hear from, right? You scan your email, you look for those people, you dismiss everything else, right? And then if people are waiting on you, you take care of that part.
Okay, well, let me ask you this stress that all of us deal with, different types of stresses, different levels of stress. What do you think about the people who say, I just don't focus on my stress or I don't care about my stress? How effective is ignoring the stress?
Well, avoiding stress is really counterintuitive. We think if avoiding it, it'll somehow just go away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or,
Well, temporarily, I guess.
But kind of.
But it builds.
Right. But research shows that paying attention to your stress is actually a positive way to deal with it.
Okay, so when you say paying attention to it, which part of it?
It's figuring out
Like, hello, stress. How are you doing
well,
today?
sometimes yes. Because in my goal setting tool, when we set goals for the week, I have them anticipate the feelings they're going to experience throughout the day or the week or whatever it is. A golf tournament, right? What do you expect to feel, right? So then when it shows up, oh, there you are. I see you. There's stress, right? It doesn't rock me because I already prepared for it.
Right. Well, you know what? You're making me think of Thich Nhat Hanh in the book Peace is Every Step. I always get it mixed up. Peace in Every Step. Peace. I think it's Peace in Every Step. I should know. I have like 10 copies of it. But anyway, he talks about anxiety and treating anxiety that way.
Yeah.
When you get anxious, say, hello, anxiety.
Yeah.
How are you doing today? That's
Yeah.
where I got it from.
It's anticipating it, right?
Yeah.
And that way it's not such a shock or surprise or
Right.
somehow you weren't expecting it.
Right.
You know it's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. And so you
it's
prepare.
not as intense. The feeling is not as strong. The stress or the pressure is not as strong. And it's also about focusing on what to do, where under stress or a higher elevated level of stress, people tend to be focusing on what not to do.
Yeah.
Right? Don't strike out. Don't strike out. I'm going to strike out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a simple shift of don't do to do.
Okay. So what do you think is the number one stress of most people?
Well, what do you think? I'd love
Well,
to hear
I'm thinking-
the panels.
Well, for the general population, number one on that list would be money.
That's what most people say, but that's not true.
Okay. Family.
Not number one,
Okay.
believe it or not.
Okay. Money, family. Let me think about this. Gosh. What'd you say, Carol? You whispered something over there.
Love.
Love? Is
Oh,
it
like relationships?
Yeah.
love shouldn't be stressful.
It's up there, but it's not number one.
What's number one?
Number
Personal
one.
success.
Number one according to who, too? I want to know the source.
This is according to, I believe it's a government, perhaps.
All
research.
right,
I don't
right
know.
away.
I'll have to look
She's
at
out.
the cited
I'm out
reference.
right away.
Overstimulation.
Yeah, well,
who's getting
the
paid for that
number
article?
one stressor, according to this research here, is job pressure, and then money is second.
Okay.
Yeah, money is number two.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Job pressure, then money, followed by health, which we've been talking about, is number
Right.
three.
Wow.
Which
Okay.
is scary, right? Then relationships, poor nutrition, and media overload and sleep deprivation.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Those are your
speaking of
top
sleep
ones.
deprivation, you need to get into a float tank because that's the number one thing that it does. When you float, you sleep like a baby. I can't wait to talk about
Well,
some of the benefits.
I think that is interesting that poor nutrition, media overload, sleep deprivation, those are all factors into the number three most stressful thing, which is health. It's not really health, right? We
Okay.
keep saying that today,
Right,
but
right.
it's really sick care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so what, we talked about at the beginning, focusing on how high achievers decrease stress. So what do high achievers do that the rest of us don't?
They employ what I call 6 high performance habits that keep them from having high stress
Okay.
like all the time.
Okay.
So
I want to see how on task I am. Go ahead.
Well, productivity is one of them, right? And there's a method to productivity or habits to productivity because we can get so sucked into the vortex of being busy but not necessarily productive.
Right.
Right.
One of the
towards
most
what we're
productive things you
trying
can do
to
is make your bed
achieve.
every morning.
Right, which I do.
Right. Me too.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Other high performance habits, clarity. Clarity is really just being totally clear about who you are and your purpose for being on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And people that have that figured out, they understand their gifts, their strengths, their abilities, their mission in life, their purposes in life, find that there's much less stress.
I couldn't agree
Even though
more.
it may be hard, they don't consider it stressful.
Yeah.
It gets them up every day doing what they got to do.
Well, because they're laser focused on it and therefore typically passionate as well.
Yeah. Energy is the third high performance habit, and it's exactly what some of these high stress markers reveal. Poor nutrition, right? Poor movement, poor fitness, poor sleep, all that kind of stuff affects your energy. You got to have the physical and mental stamina to get through what you want to do every single day. And if
Absolutely.
you're not taking care of that,
You're getting me fired up,
body-
Kip.
Well, this is so, I am so, because like this so bothers me when I see this in the families of these young athletes that come into my office, or even, my collegiate and professional athletes that aren't taking care of their brain and body. They can kind of get away with it when they're young, but that's really not what's happening on the inside.
Okay.
Right?
Well-
So energy is one of them.
Okay. And number 5, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
You were saying that about rest. High achievers, what high achievers do that the rest of us don't. One of them is they rest, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's
and
talk about that
that's
just
part-
for a minute.
Well, I think that's part of what I call it's energy, and self-care kind of falls into that same high performance habit, because you got to take care of yourself, right? Take care of your stress level. And if you have more than one of those big stressors going on,
Yep.
then it becomes all the more important
Yeah.
to take appropriate care of yourself and not neglect that.
Absolutely.
I know, like for me, the first thing to go is sleep.
Yeah.
When
Right.
I've got impending deadlines as a single mom of 2 teenagers, but I can't forego that.
Yeah.
I really can't. I got to keep at least 7 hours of sleep at night.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to break here in just a second. I had an example of that last night. I always feel not a pressure, if you will, because I do love to cook, but a pressure to feed my daughter a good meal before she
Yeah.
went to bed last night. And I had everything. I already went to the grocery store. I had everything ready.
Yeah.
But I turned on my Sonos and was listening to some tunes, and then I
Yeah.
kind of got lost in the music. Next thing you know, I'm like, God, I don't want to stop. And so I went down to her bedroom and said, hey, listen, I'm really enjoying the music, honey. I want to dance for a little while longer. Can we eat in about 30 minutes to an hour? She's like, sure, Mom. And so I put myself first and communicated with my daughter, and everything was fine. I slept like a baby last night. I got my exercise in. I got my meditation in, and it felt great. But sometimes you just got to put yourself first.
Yeah, and I've had clients who think that's selfish, and I'm like, oh, no.
It felt a little selfish for a second. It did. In fact,
it's appropriate self-care so you can actually turn around and be the best you can, and perhaps more productive.
I have to tell you, I have to share this with you. I feel so proud and as a parent that my daughter gets it. This is what she said to me. I wrote this down. She said, great song to dance to. Just let your beat take over your body, Mom. I was like, she gets it. I love it. I did a good job. All right.
That's it.
Stay tuned, everyone. We've got a great show continuing on. You can find Kip Watson on Twitter at KipFit. Carol, Turner Johnson, and Kevin Johnson coming up. We're going to be talking about flotation therapy and sound healing. You're listening to One Life Radio.
Tender is the night when you hold your baby tight. Tender are the motions.
Hi, I'm Laura Bell Bundy for PETA. Every summer, thousands of dogs die from heat stroke after being left alone in hot cars. The inside of a car can reach 100 degrees in minutes, even in the shade with the window slightly open. Keep your dog cool and safe this summer. Never leave them in unattended hot cars. If you see a dog alone in a car during warm weather, call the humane authorities, the police, or do whatever is necessary to get the dog out. His or her life may depend upon it. Thank you.
For more information, visit PETA.org.
Today, we're here to tell you about the success of Squatty Potty. Consumers are experiencing the healthful benefits from having the correct posture when eliminating the toxic and harmful fecal waste from their bodies. Now, Squatty Potty has made it portable. Introducing Porta Squatty. Now you can experience the healthful benefits no matter where the road takes you. It easily folds up and fits into a discreet carrying bag the size of a book. Porta Squatty. Available at Bed Bath Beyond, Amazon, or for an exclusive discount of 25% off your entire order, use code ONELIFE at checkout at squattypotty.com.
Wellbeing Journal is a remarkable bi-monthly health publication esteemed by intelligent readers worldwide. It's available in print or digital, single issues or subscription. Its focus is on living a happy, healthy life and preventing or healing illnesses naturally. Preventing or healing cancer, arthritis, cardiovascular conditions, and digestive issues, as well as nutritional solutions for optimal health are regular subjects. Learn more at wellbeingjournal.com.
Hi, this is Vaughn Eaglin. As a licensed professional counselor and supervisor, I spend my career helping people cope with emotional problems. But today, I want to talk to you about nutrition. People ask me all the time for nutrition and weight loss advice, and I always find myself recommending a raw vegan protein, a food supplement called Warrior Blend by Sun Warrior. I wasn't always active and fit. In fact, I was very overweight as a child, and as a counselor, I must emphasize the importance of the mind-body connection. A clean body helps with